The U.S. Army Special Forces, known as the Green Berets, played a crucial yet often understated role during the Gulf War, 1990 to 1991, as part of Operation Desert Shield and Operation Desert Storm. As the elite Special Operations Force of the U.S. Army, the Green Berets specialize in unconventional warfare, reconnaissance, direct action, counterinsurgency, and training allied forces, making them particularly valuable in the complex and rapidly evolving battlefield of the Gulf War. Their operations ranged from deep reconnaissance and intelligence gathering to training Kuwaiti resistance fighters and conducting covert strikes against Iraqi military targets. When Iraq invaded Kuwait on August 2, 1990, the United States and its allies initiated Operation Desert Shield, aimed at protecting Saudi Arabia and preparing for an eventual counteroffensive. The 5th Special Forces Group, 5th SFG, which had extensive experience in Middle Eastern operations, was among the first U.S. units to deploy. Green Berets quickly set to work training and equipping Saudi and Kuwaiti resistance forces, conducting surveillance along the Iraq-Kuwait border, and gathering critical intelligence on enemy troop movements and fortifications. Their expertise in covert operations and battlefield preparation proved vital as coalition forces planned their eventual assault. As the conflict escalated, Green Berets expanded their role, working alongside Delta Force, Navy SEALs, and British SAS in high-risk missions. They were instrumental in locating and sabotaging Iraqi command and communication centers, disrupting supply lines, and identifying Scud missile launch sites that threatened both coalition forces and Israel. One of their most significant contributions was their involvement in the hunt for Iraqi Scud missile launchers, often deploying into enemy territory to relay real-time intelligence for precision airstrikes. These efforts significantly weakened Iraq's ability to retaliate and contributed to the coalition's strategic dominance. When Operation Desert Storm began on January 17, 1991, with a massive air campaign followed by the ground offensive on February 24, Green Berets took on several critical missions. Their deep reconnaissance teams infiltrated Iraqi-held territory to provide accurate targeting information for coalition aircraft and artillery, ensuring maximum effectiveness with minimal collateral damage. They also played a role in psychological operations, spreading propaganda to demoralize Iraqi troops, which led to mass surrenders. Working with Bedouin tribes and anti-Saddam insurgents, they helped disrupt Iraqi supply routes and provided crucial intelligence on enemy movements. They also assisted in combat search and rescue operations, locating and extracting downed pilots and stranded personnel behind enemy lines. One of the defining aspects of their operations was their desert mobility tactics, using modified Humvees and high-speed dune buggies to move rapidly across the harsh desert terrain. These vehicles allowed Green Berets to launch surprise attacks, evade enemy patrols, and conduct sabotage missions deep in enemy territory. Their ability to operate independently in such extreme conditions highlighted their specialized training and adaptability. Following Iraq's surrender on February 28, 1991, the Green Berets continued their work, securing key sites, assisting Kurdish and Shiite resistance groups, and conducting follow-up intelligence missions on Iraq's military infrastructure. However, despite their efforts, many of the anti-Saddam groups they supported were later left vulnerable when the U.S. military withdrew, leading to harsh reprisals from the Iraqi regime. This would later contribute to further U.S. involvement in the region, particularly during the 2003 Iraq War. Although the Green Berets' actions during the Gulf War were not as publicly visible as large-scale tank battles or air campaigns, their expertise in unconventional warfare, reconnaissance, and asymmetric combat played an indispensable role in ensuring the rapid victory of coalition forces. Their ability to operate in small teams behind enemy lines, disrupt key Iraqi operations, and provide invaluable intelligence made them one of the most effective and strategically significant forces in the entire campaign.